Right. J'ai commencé, by the way. Setup is difficult today. Video and audio is good. Oh yeah. I just need to set stuff up a bit better because I don't think you can see well my I don't like this, but it would be easier to see when I'm mixing, right? Oh, that's weird. I don't usually have my stuff on this side. I need one. Hello, hello everyone. Hi, Auntie Patience. Hi, AJ. Hi, Pumpkin. Hello, Babby. What palette? With the Holbein palette. All right. Trying to set up stuff. Can't see the pans. Yeah, if we're doing random color triads, it's better if you don't see the pans. Can maximize the surprise. So the paper is some Strathmore Ready Cut. I'm using an old plate for mixing. The paints are Holbein. The brush is a cheap brush from Royal Crafter's Choice. It's partially erased, so that's why I'm struggling. The palette dregs left over from previous mixing. Pretty. Yeah, that's from the these are remnants for a review I am working on that I have to finish for tomorrow. Woo! I gotta say, I was so inspired by random triads last week that I've been doing them all week. That's awesome! Hey, Elizabeth! Hello! Hello, hello! Still not over the fact that I didn't notice I'm out of my Fab Sap green. Aw. Do you have swatches of it handy? I would love to see the color. Because there's so many different sap greens out there. It's very difficult to have sort of a good idea of what a color is. Like, if you tell me ultramarine, I know what ultramarine looks like, no problemo. But sap green? Ugh. Olikas, hi! Is that's Gabor, right? Is it? Oh, I forgot! Hold on, I need to put my pin. Is that what it's called? Oh, sorry. Oh, message. Don't forget to... There we go. Oh shoot! it reset my Hold on. Okay. Chat had disappeared. Yep. Well, hi Gabor. Okay. That one from Van Gogh was really pretty. Thinking of getting another tube next weekend. Is it very expensive? It's one of the more affordable paint ranges here, Van Gogh. All right, so oh, hold on. Alright, so just picking up the random ones from last week. There was only those two, I think. Bonjour, Scoot. Oh, big stretch. Hello. What's up, baby? What's up, my baby? Old baby girl. Oh, I have an old baby cat. Non, mais tu vas aller boire dans mon eau. I have a problem. Non, 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 bois pas dans mon eau, non. Non. T'as moi. De mon eau. Non. Pousse ta grosse fesse. Denied. It's my water. It is not the cat's water. So you're here to put cat hair in my paints? I'm getting hit. Oh, pour vrai. Oh, les petits sons. Well, we have a problem, I guess. Hello. Hi, Liz. Since I started doing watercolors, that's the third tube I ran out of. Oh, wow. And all three were Van Gogh. That's awesome. Pfft. Sorry, cat hair. Oh my gosh, why are you shedding so much? Skippery-doo. Catzilla. Hi, Liz. Hi, Barry. Hello. 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 No forbidden water. Cat hair is just added fiber, adds texture. Hello. Oh. It is a very big baby. Oh mon dieu, ton poêle. T'as pas tout son poêle. Well, that looks good. Oh, t'as la pépette. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna cover the camera for a second. I tried to free it so that I can show the kitty. Mademoiselle. Hop, 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 hop. Where's your little face? Your little angry face. Why? Kitty. Yeah, I had to put a lid over my water because of this one. It was 100% going for the water. Hey, Mademoiselle Torti. That's your corner now. Hmm. Why don't you show us your little face? Your little pretty face. Come on. Wait. Hmm. Right. Thinking about it, judging by the flicking of her tail. She's always flicking her tail. Ever since she was a kitten, And we've always made jokes that it's because she's a shark-like creature. If she doesn't flick her tail, she can't breathe. Hmm? Very angry. Mucho torty. Very torty. Very, very torty. Not very helpful though. Just very cute. She's purring. I think the noise gate would prevent it from being audible, but she's purring. Kitty always wants what they can get, absolutely. Sadly discontinued Da Vinci Denise's. Hey, Paolo! Yeah, I was looking at the Da Vinci colors yesterday and noticed that they don't have any that have PY 129 in it. Oh, okay, I'm covered in cat hair, baby. Okay. What's up, my girl? You come to see me? Hey, baby. Okay. Gonna be super easy to paint with a kitten in my arm, so I'm gonna have to do everything with just one hand. So, please be patient with me, I guess. Curious, hello. Hello, hello. Sorry, Ooh. They're probably trying to source a new PY 129 that is to their liking, I guess. Okay. Dude, hello. Hi. Gonna need to do some wash up, but listening to the TV. Awesome. I had to paint earlier with acrylic with my purring friend next to me. Oh, did you end up with very textured paint? I don't know if you could hear her purr. Can't hear her because of the noise gate. But she's purring. Hi everyone. I don't think I said hi to the people. No, I did say hi to the people who were there first. I think. Okay. Remove autofocus. Right. Okay guys, so I'm gonna need 3 numbers between 1 and 23 inclusively. Have you guys ever just embraced the cat hair and tried sprinkling it in your wet watercolor for some texture? Like you would do salt? Yes, textured clouds with fur. Hope the person the card is for likes my cat. Hope so too. And if they don't, I mean, that's a red flag. 8. We have 8. $14. All right. And 17. Cool. So 8, 14, and 17. Bishop?
The lady took
Okay. Hey. Whew. I gave the cat to Mr. E, so the colors it's between 1 and 23 because I'm not including the white in the selection. So 8, 14, and 17. 8. So that's 8. That's a cobalt violet light. Do you sell any study? Kind of.
Jinx it.
Why? Oh, it's bite. The nice thing is they're the same brand. Van Gogh is just more affordable. That's basically it. Van Gogh is the student range and Rembrandt is the professional range. Our first day in the job training, we were asked in front of the group to each pick a number between 1 and 5. I chose 8. Oh no! I mean, that's definitely the stress, right? When the random number generator selects 3 yellows for your triads. This happened to me yesterday. It still makes for an interesting study. But yeah, at least it's not... Like, if you have 2 colors that are very far apart, it's a lot more work to, you know, do the gradated mixes between the 3 of them. Well, between 2 colors, I mean. When you have colors that are close, you can usually, like, do a couple of mixes and you get the feel for, like, everything. Oh my gosh. A cluster of cat hair. Cat hair everywhere. Okay, so color 14 is Holbein's Aurelin, which is not genuine Aurelin. Beautiful, transparent mix. It was still interesting, but also tragically hilarious. All right, so let's mix. Obviously, the yellow has a much stronger tinting strength than the cobalt. But cobalt is granulating, so... Love Holbein Aurelian. It is one of the prettiest yellows, in my opinion. I don't remember exactly what's in it, but it is very bright, fairly transparent, and I'm kind of glad that they never really bothered with having a real in, because it is such a problematic pigment. It's toxic. It changes colors super fast. Like it grays out really quickly, time-wise. It's expensive. I think one of the 3 is... Oh, from your triad of yellows. What's the real Aurelin? PY40. It's cobalt yellow. But it's not... it doesn't keep at all. It becomes gray or brownish or a mix of both. And it's not necessarily just from exposure to light. You could keep it in a drawer and it would become gray-brown anyway. The rosa one is basically nickel azo yellow, and that's a much better option. No, I mean one of the 3 yellows. There's 3 yellows in Aurelin? No do-over. That's perfectly fine. Triad, I think. Like yellow, purple. That's interesting, at least, isn't it? PY 154, PY 175, and PY 150. That's a good mix, huh? There is a video where a Dutch artist compares Van Gogh and Rembrandt. Rembrandt is her favorite paint. The comparison shows they performed very equally. Yeah. Right, and the third color was 17. The genuine Aurelian is such a beautiful yellow, though. I don't agree. Very much like a proper sunshine yellow. I don't think so. But that's fine. That's fine. I mean, we won't fight over it. You can have Aurelian and I'll take the other stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna add the third color, 17. That one is not labeled. I do believe, though, it is perhaps a vintage Mars yellow. So that was PY 119, maybe? Okay, out of the nowhere, I started thinking of getting another tube. Oh, sorry, I thought we had two yellows. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're also good in the sense that within this palette, I have just two yellows, really. Or, I mean, all the yellows I have in this palette are very different. So even if we were to score all three yellows, there would be a bit of mixing still to be done. Nicolai's yellow is a goat, greatest of all time of yellows. Hey, no problem, AJ. I don't know what's my favorite yellow. I'm very partial to like warm orangish yellows, but in terms of single pigment, I like Nicolai's yellow. I think it is one of the most useful yellows to have for mixing, but for using it on its own, I don't know. It's never quite the hue I'm looking for. Jack says there's a Holbein sale on. Oh dang! They don't ship to Canada, so if you're in the US or Canada, you can safely go on Jackson's because they don't send Holbein here. Womp womp. On the other hand, if you need anything, now's a good time for it. But if you don't need anything, better not watch it. I was watching a sketchbook tour recently and was like, I need to try A4. That's yeah, that's about the freedom unit equivalent is about letter size. PY65 or PY83. Yeah, these are beautiful. Sitting on a terrace waiting for the fish. Ooh, are you baking a whole fish? That's yummy. Auntie, don't tempt me. I'm already tempted enough to order another. US Amazon usually has better prices for Holbein. Possibly, but you risk you have a higher risk of getting fake paint through Amazon. They don't have a lot of quality check for that stuff. You know you want them, AJ. Yellow is often too bright for my palette. I use like yellow ochre a lot. Yeah, I agree with that. The general vibe. I feel like the yellows are always the least used up colors in my palettes because I don't use bright yellow all that much. For using it by itself, I like others through, but nickel azo yellow is very versatile in mixing. Like you can get the most fascinating greens by adding nickel azo yellow to blues and other greens, basically. True, that is true, but at least for me, I've had good luck with it. That's awesome. That's great. But yeah, I like Canadian Amazon is, I mean, it's still Amazon, so there's always a bit of that going on, but the Canadian side to it is not as smorgasbordy as the American Amazon. And the prices are so high. I should have done that closer. That's almost the same. Like, I put these afar for no reason, really. Welcome back, Paolo. I don't know if I said it, but welcome back. Oh, granulating watercolors. Which handmade paint maker is it, AJ? No, pieces of fish with vegetable baked. Ooh! Oh, wow, that sounds extra. Ooh, that reminds me. I need to do color study with my PY1. Yes! Is it the Aurelian, like from Rosa, or do you have a different one? Because I'm pretty sure Van Gogh also has PY150. Alright, and the last mix is going to be the purple and the Marcy yellow kind of color. That's going to be quite interesting, I think. Who's blowing up my phone? Stop it! Who was looking for a dusky rose? Oh, that was Sassy, right? I need to remember to mention this color combo to Sassy. There's a lot of fake products on the Belgian Amazon as well. Sometimes it's more like a Temu. Yeah. You know, it's bad news when you get multiple listings for the same item that have the same photos but different brands and slightly different prices. It's basically Temu. It's a local Eve Anis watercolors. She's not selling internationally yet. I mean, that's still awesome. It's always fascinating to see more handmade paints, even if one cannot get them. Yeah, I think she was looking for a non. Oh, okay. Oh, then that won't do it though. That's quite separating and granulating already. So maybe not. Same with the German Amazon. It's Rosamond, the only PY 150 single pigment I have, though I do own Holbein and Roman Schmal Queen Gold. Yeah. But these are a bit more like a orangish transparent color. And the Rosa Quinacridone Gold is such a different hue for Quinacridone Gold. It's fairly opaque too. So it's good that you have those Quin Gold hues too. It's so pretty though. I do love PV14 with yellows. Yeah, PV14, it's a bit like cobalt turquoise, but less common. But it's one of those granulating colors, that looks good with everything. I'll definitely share the swatches because names are fancy too, like dragon scales or unicorn ring. Ooh. Hey, I'm getting an ad. I do love this new ad format of having the top being the live stream still and the bottom part being the ad. I don't know if you still hear the stream or if you hear the ad when it's doing that, but at least you're not losing sight completely of the video you were watching. It's chaotic, but then what happens if you mix the 3 of them? Probably not all that much, but who knows. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, of course. We don't hear the ad. Your voice seems normal as far as I can tell during them. Okay, cool. That's a kind of a... For once that YouTube does some sort of improvement, that kind of feels like one. Because it's pretty silly to have people get ads not at the same time and then lose part of the stream they're watching. So if you still get to watch and hear the stream as the ads play, it's a bit of a better experience in my opinion anyway. I'm really loving this like slightly warmed up purpley color. I enjoy a good cobalt violet light. These orange mixes are really pretty. I agree. Hey, Louis! Hello! Late arrivals, that's fine. No worries. I would never have thought a year ago that I would always want more pinkish browns in my life. That's actually a mix. It's a bit like if you want a Potter's Pink that has color variations in it, because Potter's Pink has beautiful granulation, but it's the same color throughout. But this mix is like a color that is somewhat reminiscent of Potter's Pink, but with shenanigans going on in it. Alright, well, I'm gonna need 3 new numbers. Finally made it again to a live. It's really nice to see you guys. I'm always happy. This is like hanging out together. Though I do hope that some of you are also like playing with paints at the same time. What is the brown? The brown, I'm not sure, but I think it is a vintage Mars yellow from Holbein. And I think that was possibly PY 119. I know that Winsor & Newton has it. 7, 22, and 21. And 3. I might switch the 21 to the next one, because they're quite close, 22 and 21, and 3 might be sort of a more like a good switcheroo to get something a bit more interesting. I'm gonna put 21 already on the next sheet, but V, hello. I have my phone horizontally and I had two windows, one of stream, one. Oh, interesting. Oh, they're magnesium bromide. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. My reference swatches are not labeled. I think I had painted a reference chart for these, but I lost it. And then I did the second one, but I didn't have the info of all the colors I put in there. And I don't know if I labeled the pans. I did not. So yeah. Oh my, I saw someone using the watercolors like gouache. I was like, oh my, at least it... Well, I mean, you can use watercolor. Oh, watercolors like gouache. And I don't know why, I read that the other way around. Oh, watercolors like gouache. Oof. You can do that, caveat. Like, if you need darker colors, you would use them as watercolors. But if you need more like tints or more opaque colors, you keep white gouache on your palette. So you can do a bit of a mixing. But using all watercolor like gouache, that sounds a bit wasteful. Has anyone used the watercolor kind of gouache-like? I don't know. I feel... I've used heavy mastones. But never like gouache, really. Okay, so 7. 7. Interesting. This is 7. This is indigo. What a beautiful color. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. I like making a bit heavy mixes. I don't know. I feel... I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's you know, your own supplies. You do you, but it feels overall wasteful. You know. 22. 22. I knew I chose wise. Sometimes at mass tones it's sketch. What, using like really undiluted paint? Yeah, it will get shiny because that's the binder. So the thicker layer of binder you have on there, the more you risk having the shine of the gum arabic come up. So 22 is sepia, I think. What's your prediction for the mix of the indigo and sepia? Sepia? I've used some opaque pigments neat and completely covering the background. Not thick, but not transparent at all, like PO73. Yeah. Or charging very heavy PY3 into green to get an effect as it spread. Yeah, that's a lot of fun, like to play with the opacity of the pigments for sure, but very threatening storm clouds is my prediction. You never really know when you mix a blue and a brown, like sometimes they neutralize really well and sometimes they lean a little bit green. And I say you never really know. I mean, you can figure it out if you sit down and think about it, but sometimes it's quicker to just paint it out and see what happens. Like when a tornado sucks up a bunch of farm salt. Ooh. Now I know the combo to paint that sky outside right now. That sepia, Holbein sepia is chef's kiss. I really like it. And then we have 3. That's gonna be trippy. I love that you guys can't see what's the color until I put them on the paper. Cat hair. But yeah, bright green. I think it's permanent green number 1. If I would use them thicker, just do a gouache palette instead. Like if the options are to completely throw away student grade paints that are a bit too opaque or a bit too using them up as gouache is perfectly fine, but I wouldn't want to have like professional grade paint used as gouache. That sounds just painful. That's a lovely green. Yeah, kind of radioactive, like a very hard to, very difficult to use on its own green. Which is why it's fun to do mixes. See, the moment you start adding a little bit of the indigo in it, it becomes a much more, I feel, useful green. The Sweet Baby Birds Day is going to be something. Do any of you guys remember how you got into watercolors? Oh, that's a good question. Bread green. Is it? I thought bread green was a little bit more yellow, though it might look a bit more yellow on camera. That's permanent green 1. Leaf green is much more yellow. Oops. Because not enough open space for them to form. Oh, that's interesting. I hated watercolor when I went to art school. 30 years later, I wanted to try something new. We change over time, so it's definitely possible that something that was appealing or not appealing at one time becomes really interesting, or not interesting at all later on. Like, you never know. I don't really remember how I got into watercolors. I think it was just something that I knew existed and that I could buy at the art supply store, and it was easy to set up, easy to use, easy to clean. And it was awful at it. Seriously, like I was just like, I don't think I ever took a class. So it was always about just grabbing the thing and messing up with it. Beautiful greens. Very unexpected color. Oh, hold on. Also took classes on how to make the medium myself. Ooh, that's really cool. Colored pencils were my gateway drug, but I was struggling with how tedious doing a whole page in pencil. Oh, seriously. I can do that. Oh, no, wait, no. It removed the chat. Chat, come back. Okay, come back. It's back, it's back. And the rest is history. Oh, I started as 1 year old. My fingers. My foreground children have the best watercolors and color pencil. Aw. Always watercolor has been like the difficult child bunch. It's the child that no one takes seriously. Although I like the medium, default was acrylic. Ooh. Started with a little Cutman set and slowly ended up using the professional Winsor & Newton paints. After that, I gave up trying new sets. I also hated watercolor in school. Honestly, Otto and Ev might have played. Aw, I'm glad. Even did their own watercolors. That's awesome. I had this pen pal from Russia to whom I've been sending hand-painted cards. She was painting watercolors. We met at the old good... Oh my gosh. And it inspired me to try. And I had no idea how to use watercolors, but I bought a cheap Polish brand and I painted her a Russian siren creature. The one that's a mix between... Oh, cool. Isn't that the harpy? Okay, that one is gonna be trippy. The bright green with the sepia color. That's gonna be weird. I think I don't really remember how I got into it all that much because it was kind of something that came very organically. Like I had a great aunt that was a hobbyist watercolorist, so I knew like that watercolors were a thing. A lot of the comics that I would read were from um, Europe, bande dessinée, and a lot of those were colored with like traditional mediums, like watercolor and all that. So it kind of was always in the back of my brain as a thing that existed. And yeah, the first set I got was a very, very cheap Pentel set of 12, maybe? No, not 12. Must have been the 15 one. And I used that for a while. And then I got a Cutman Pocket set. And then I took a very long ass break from it. And then I got back to it. And there's really nothing much to say aside from that. Y'all, random triad with a mix of shimmer and matte paints. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of fun. Oh, that's a surprisingly interesting color mix. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was not expecting that one. I love it. Huh. More you know. Sassy! Well, Basically, still acrylic is a very flexible medium, which I like for the ease of bringing an idea to life fast without much difficulty. It's like a harpy, but much more angel-like. Ooh, that's... Ah! Sorry. I predict swamp mud. The name I don't remember. I tried acrylic through school and didn't enjoy it. Okay, that green is usable. Yeah, I'm surprised. On its own, but in mixes. Hold my beer, says that green. I will surprise you. Huh. Wow. Man, I love doing random triads. You always like learn something. That's a bit like a sort of raw umber kind of color, but not blotchy. Oh, nice. So blue, brown, green today. So earth-like. I need to show you the one from before, Sassy, when I'm done with this one, because it made me anyway think of you and your quest for a non-granulating potter's pink. Not that we found it, but still came up with something interesting in the potter's pink adjacent world. Wow, I don't know what to say. You can also imitate watercolor a bit with acrylics. You can somewhat, and you won't ever be able to lift acrylic. So that's nice, but at the same time, it's also the painful part of it. It's painting with plastic. There's just something that is texturally not vibing for me. I don't know how to say it. But like it dries super quickly in the palette, and then you have to find your mix again, and then it messes up your brushes, and it's expensive. And I had the worst experience with acrylics in graphic design school, so maybe that's part of my ooh. Nice. That's a great mix of all three. I knew about the mediums, but not the watercolor part. Seriously, basically the whole vibe of random triads for me is I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting that. How interesting. I agree. I'm loving the outer face on the mixing palette. Oh, I'm sorry. I smushed it. I'm so sorry. Now I know why that bright green isn't. I'll be honest. I hadn't. It's probably one of my least used colors, but that might change. It is lovely in these mixes. Like, whoa. Also, I would like to bring your attention to the fact that I don't think any one of these is a single pigment paint. And I liberally mixed them all together, and guess what we didn't get? There's a medium to make your acrylic not dry so fast. Yeah, and Golden has the open acrylic range which dries slower, but it's just not my jam. It's fair. That's fine. more acrylic for the people who like it, and then more watercolor for me. Painting with plastic, yes, the mess and expenses are a real pain. It's a learning curve, and the ease of being able to paint on almost any surface. Yeah, that's a fun part of acrylics. I recently started using acrylics as my BG color in sketchbook. Yeah, it is. I really like. If I have to use acrylics, I will go for matte acrylics, so acrylic gouache, and I really like the feel and the look of those. But my experience with regular old acrylics, I think there's some like bad experience that are still tied to the medium. Poopy mud. We didn't get poopy mud. Are you kidding? Sassy. We didn't get mud. Oh, wait, did I ask what we didn't get? And you say poopy mud, and you're right. We didn't get mud. We didn't get mud. Ha ha ha. And I mean, this green is also a little bit opaque, and we still didn't get like a muddy color. We got muted colors. That's fine. We need muted colors. Not everything in life is from Lisa Frank. If you get good enough at color mixing and color theory, most paints can actually be used successfully, most paint colors. Yeah, but that's the thing. You have to put in the time to test this stuff out. And sometimes it's a bit tricky because, like, I don't think I would have put these 3 colors together on my own. But through the randomizer that you guys are, we came up with this, and like beautiful colors here, really interesting neutrals here, and this super easy to use if you're doing landscapes. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna bring back this one briefly for Sassy. Check this out. Check our like wannabe separating color Potter's Pink clone. That is super interesting, but very granulating. So we didn't get it for that, but in terms of having sort of a Potter's Pink-ish color that is very dynamic in a way. Oh my gosh, why was that censored? Hold on. Mud does not exist. I learned that here. Oh yeah. I remember to use expressiveness on the underpainting and the acrylics water down so the gesso. Ooh. Thank God I would have had a more stimulated meltdown. I wish it was though. We'll always have the 90s for that. I use synthetic brushes to have with just in them in the water. Yeah, yeah, but it's, I don't know, it's just, it's still I have like, it's not a logical bug, it's a brain bug. I use Rosa Professional Series 1 Dry Matte, and color payoff is great. Matte is great because if it's not matte, it's very difficult to use something on top of it. My response to peachy link colors is always that I want to try them. Potter's Pink bootleg. Oh, I have to. I love that name. That's hilarious. The green wouldn't have gotten to my house, but that beautiful olive. Seriously. Like if I had that green on the shelf, it would be one of the very last colors I would buy from that particular range. But it's like sleeping over a hidden treasure, really. Me with the acrylic info dump. On a video last night that I think shows me I can make that plummy color I've been looking for. It was a short by Emily Lex, and she was using really cheap paint, but Red, blue, and purple. Ooh. Ooh, why not? If you had a bad time, try acrylic again. Good. Yeah, but that's the thing. You need to be in the right brain space at some point, because once you're familiar with a medium, it's the same with softwares. So once you're familiar with one, and you have to give time to learn a new one, it really depends on the context in which you have to try this new medium. If you are limited in time, or if you need to produce something for work with it, that's not conducive to learning well. Like softwares, like the software I'm the most familiar with is Adobe Photoshop. But Adobe and Photoshop have become very problematic and expensive. So as artists, I know a lot of artists who are trying, to find something else. And I know there's a lot of options out there. You have CSP, you have some people use GIMP, Krita, all sorts. But it's not that these options are good or bad, it's that these options are not the ones that I've spent 25 years working with. And as such, if I work in Photoshop, I don't have to think about what to do. I can just do it. If I'm trying to learn a new software, that's where I trip up and get bogged down in the figuring out how to do the thing that I could do in like 20 seconds in Photoshop, but that I've been trying to figure out for 20 minutes here. And there's no guarantee that I can even do the thing in this other software. So there's that. So I feel like with mediums, traditional, it's a bit like the same thing. If it's something you've invested a lot of time in, and then you feel like trying something else, it's going to be very steep and very difficult, because it's never going to behave in the same way. It's a bit like learning with student paints and student paper. Well, when you finally decide that you can upgrade, it's going to feel like you've never painted it before in your life. So yeah, it's tricky. Not saying that it's not fun to do or a bad idea or anything, but just that it's tricky. I have trauma with acrylics from high school, but I accept that it's both my fault for not learning enough about the medium and my schools for not teaching us how to use it right. Oh man, I would high five you about that. So not high school for me, college, but same difference. Hey Charlotte, hi. Yeah, you definitely need time to be able to enjoy new mediums. You need the freedom of messing up, like not be on a deadline, not be on a timer, and not be limited by concerns about the medium, like, oh, I'm being wasteful and all of that. If you can get into that particular mindset, then it's a lot of fun to try a new medium. But if you can't really get all of these factors in, I feel like it's possibly not the good time to try something new. Keep it in mind, keep it on the back burner, and if the proper circumstances show up, then that's the good time. Acrylic seems more straightforward to me than watercolor, which makes me think maybe I'm actually doing them wrong. I don't know what I don't know. I mean, ultimately, yeah, but if it works for you, it works for you. Like, that's all that matters. There's a comic artist that we really like in here that will use just about anything and everything to do traditional art. And it's not a matter of like knowing really the thing. It's just being able to accept what the medium does and use that. So unless you're using watercolor thickly as gouache, if you do that, you're in trouble, but otherwise you're good. Squidgy art, Landgraf. water break. Hey, 23, hello. Oops. Like acrylic paint pretty much does what you tell it to. Watercolor you have to collaborate with. It has a mind of its own, the cat of paints. But maybe that's why I like it. Okay, 2 new numbers, guys. I already have 21 from the previous call out. I have this with trying to learn 3D modeling. I'd love to learn it, but I can take a handful of plasticine or clay and sculpt something with my hands before spinning. Yeah. That's the same. That's the same logic, really. Which I'm still guilty of trying to do occasionally when I forget myself. I gravitate to my stone only. 9. One more. Mastone, using Mastone is fine because sometimes you want that deep dark color. But like to take it straight from the tube to put on the paper as if it was gouache. Oh, that hurts. It hurts the wallet and hurts the soul. 6. Let's go. What does that look like? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Let's go. The cat of paints, I love it. Okay, 21. Oh wow, that was underwhelming. I think I'll add just a bit of water in the pan. Oops. So these are great to add water to things, but they're not very precise. So if you want just a drop of water, get a pipette or something. I just dropped way too much water in my pan, but oh well. It's gonna be softened for sure. If I see anyone using watercolor straight from the tube except for white, I'll go to their house and read a strongly written letter. I would do it for white too, because if you want opaque white, get freaking white gouache. It's there for a reason. I wish I had an art studio where I didn't have to worry about tying up. Oh, seriously, that's the dream. An art studio like that. I would still tidy it up, but my brain would be more free. And also a workspace for when I'm like sending palettes and sending dust all over and having things be messy, that I can just let the stuff go where it wants to go and clean up after, instead of trying to control the damage before it happens, you know. A pipette. That's not what you call it? You don't call it a pipette? Une pipette. Especially when you are grown up and have to work in non-art. Oh, yeah. That sounds like a threat. I do use watercolors from tubes if I don't have that coloring pen. Oh, no, that's fine. But like picture it like you take your paint tube, you take your brush, you go, and then you take that and you go on the paper straight up and leave it like that. Pipette? But it's a French word, it's a pipette. Sorry, that's the French way of saying it. We say pipette. Pipette? That sounds weird to me. I don't need nothing too fancy, just a big table and a room. Yeah, you need the room for it, right? Like you can close the door, open the window, and make a mess. That's basically the gist of it. Doesn't even need a table. Just needs a door, like an enclosed space with windows to outside. That's it. Okay. I need to mix. Oh, that's definitely soft. So this one is Van Dyke Brown, and it is the NBR8 version of it. So it's gonna have this wild, like, flocculation, granulation thing going. There's a space near me where artists can rent out spaces. One artist didn't pay attention to the fact that they have to leave the space the same when they depart. The floor is covered in what looks like epoxies. Oh no. I guess he'll just have to rent there forever. Oh, I love my bleed-proof white finding white accent. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Bleed-proof white is amazing because the main feature of it is that it doesn't re-wet the under layers of it, technically. And then gouache is great because it's actually opaque. White watercolor is a mystery to me as well. I haven't figured out. I figured black watercolor paint, but white, like even in this palette, like the reason why I asked for numbers between 1 and 23 is because the 24th one is white, and I'm pretty sure it is white gouache. Tell the impasto guys to mess around with other mediums. Well, I guess the Puritans didn't like the French way. Dang it. Where am I? Where am I? Studio table is literally a thin folding table, like a card table. And I sit in a camp chair. I mean, you can... I think that's a very nice way to set it up. And you can move it around if you need to. Yuck, that's a no-no. A bit onto palette. Yeah, exactly. And if the remnants dry out on the palette, you can still use them. Okay. Can't keep up with chat. Oh my god, I've always had my browns do that, and I thought either it was me or bad paints. My core brown does it the worst. What's the pigment of your core brown? Second color is Queen Red. Reminds me of broken chocolate. Oh, yes. I like that brown. I need that brown. You need to find one that is still NBR8, though. The current formula for Holbein is different. Maybe if you work at it with the bleed-proof white, you're still gonna pick up some of the colors because it is still a bit of a wet medium. But if you paint with bleed-proof white over something, it's not supposed to become a tint of the color underneath it. Does that make sense? I don't think it smells of anything. This kind of feels like the color you would get if you took a whole cherry tree and blended it together to get one smooth color. That's not going to be smooth, of course, but you know what I mean. No smell, you say? That will be going in my cart. Do I have... I know I have one somewhere, but if I remember, I'll try to find it and take a big sniff for science. You just have to be careful about it because it can dry out. So if you don't use it a lot, it's gonna dry out. And also, I saw a tip once to always store it upside down because it is not very liquid, so it's not gonna fall. in the cap, but stirring it upside down helps preventing it from drying out, I think. Oh, I have no idea with the core palette especially. I have not noted any pigment codes, but also for some reason I never think about it with browns. Have Van Dyke or Burnt Umber. It definitely doesn't. I've been using it for a couple of years now and love Bleed Proof White way more than white gouache. Yeah, because it's really interesting that you can sort of use both. If like let's get into the hypothetical scenario of painting a night sky with stars. So you want some stars to be white gouache because those are gonna fade more. They're gonna be less contrasty. They're gonna pick up some of the color of the background and be a bit more like those stars that are very distant. And then you add some bleed proof white ones. Those will stay very white, so they're gonna feel like there's the stars that are brighter or closer. And you can sort of play with those characteristics that way. If you need something to be a bit more subdued, you can use the white gouache because you know that it tends to, you know, blend in a bit more. But if you need something that is really, really like contrasting and really white, then you pick up the bleed proof white. I really like that both exist, personally. You kind of have to dilute it a little bit, bleed proof white, because it can be a bit pasty. Like it can be really, really thick. Or perhaps the ones I've used were all old and thickened out. But yeah, so I would use a palette knife, pick up a little bit, put it in my palette, and then use like just a wet brush to try and get the consistency that I want. But it's more like acrylic. So yeah, you can't revive it if it dries. Is it an extremely true and slightly cool white? I mean, it's probably made with titanium white, so... And you can tint it a little bit. If you need to have a bit more yellow or a bit more something, you can add just a touch of watercolor to it. And it's gonna, you know, give you a slightly tinted color, but... If I remember correctly, there are two main companies that have it. You have Dr. P.H. Martin and you have Luma, which might be Daler-Rowney. It's like Luma Pro White, I think. And then you have Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. Wow, what a great ad. Can I skip it now? Thank you. I've had some luck reviving it. Really? Oh, you can revive it. What? How do you do it? I've never had, like, for me it would die out, would become like really dry. Sorry. I misread that. But yeah, like it's... If it's a little bit dry, it's still gonna be pliable and soft, and you can get and you can sort of soften it with a bit of water. But if it's completely dry... Oh, James Gurney is amazing. He uses casein too, which is paint made from milk protein that works a bit like gouache when it is wet, but dries more like acrylic. It's a very weird medium. It's such a peculiar mix of colors. His work is amazing. First get out all the crumbs, then adding a bit of water and stirring it until it's that pasty consistency. Really? Just put in some distilled water and... Oh, really? Wow. Okay. Huh. Alright, I'm definitely trying that. Yeah, if you can get a little, you know, a bit like the paint pots you get for the paint by number stuff. That would be a good container for dried out, crumbly, bleed-proof white. Okay, so that was color number 9. Now color number 6 is also going to be quite interesting. That was my phone. Because of James, I want to try casein so much, but I'd have to mix it myself. Oh no. It is ultramarine blue! It's gonna be really predictable but fun mixes with the Van Dyke Brown and the Quinn Red. Does casein paint get stinky like sour milk? It's just a protein, so I don't know. I love that quinacridone red. It is the best. It is so pink. Perfectly pink. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I do not care for the chocolate cherry brown. That's fair. Nope, it's like similar to poster paint, so I think it's not that stinky. Huh. My current triad, transparent orange from... Ooh, nice. Da Vinci Ultramarine Violet. Ooh, nice. My name is that. Oh, that's gotta be a great one. I hope you will share it. Please share. Proceeds to smell the paint. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. That's what we do. We smell paint. The number of times I've put my nose in a palette or in a tube or in... name it. I wouldn't do it if it was like enamel paint, like something that has a very solvent, strong smell. But oftentimes people will ask me, oh, does this watercolor, does this paint has a smell to it? And there's only one way to know. Nope, it doesn't smell. It is unbelievably purple, but of course it would be. These are, oops, I picked up the wrong one. These are highly compatible magenta and blue to get nice purples. I'm gonna run out of space to fully spread out the mix, but I think you can get the idea. Chaotic mixing. That color would be a great match for the thistle. Oh, thistle. Lovely. Having flashback of the stinky yellow. Which one? Is it the acrylic gouache one? Smells like fish? I've had, like off the top of my head, 2 paints that were noticeably stinky. One was Dania Smith and one was M. Graham. My Terra Rosa from M. Graham smelled like a weird mix of wet earth and like mildew or something. It was just weird. And my tube of garnet quote unquote genuine smelled like butt crack. Yep. My chemistry teacher in primary school taught us a safe way to smell ambiguous substances. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the wise way to do it. I'm still stuck on this stupid way to do it. I'm down to the gross, jiggly part of oatmeal. It took too long to eat and reading. Oh no. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Curious. Delicious, lovely oatmeal. Seems like a fish market. And not a fresh one. Okay, hey, easy one, guys. What kind of color do we expect from mixing ultramarine blue with Van Dyke brown? That's an easy one. Okay, which paints smell like mildew? I cannot with that. Terra Rosa from M. Graham, but I've spoken with people who had tubes of Terra Rosa and it didn't smell of anything. But the one that smelled like butt crack was not good. And it was like a freaking Primatech paint that cost an arm and a leg, and I opened it up and I'm like, wow, feels like being in the subway in the summer. Great. Lovely. Poop. No! Not poop. Tornado sky. Yeah. Gray with a hint of green. Ooh, interesting. I lost my sense of smell during COVID and never got it back. Oh, really? Oh, no. That's really sad. I need more color strength. I hate doing mixes that are too watered down. Give me my stone. Yeah, I think we're getting a pretty good neutral with these two. And it's gonna have that slightly weird texture from the Van Dyke brown. It smells like blood. I mean, it would be excessively metal if it was Caput Mortem. I run a boys and girls club, so it might be a blessing. I mean, you might be right. Ah, that's so sad, Sassy Britches. Yikes. Ah. Really cool. Okay. Best time though. Time to mix everything together. You need the sound effects. I'm sorry, but you need the sound effects with smooshing everything in a palette together. If you don't, you're missing out. Come on. Cat hair. These are stinky. There's a very brief window in life where people are not stinky. Anything before and after that is a gamble. Okay, I love this blue and brown combo. Plummy purple. Plummy purple. With the weird texture from the brown though. What's this stupid ad? Go away. It still gives you a range of source colors to work with to perhaps get the one. The sound of the paint mixing is completely necessary. I'm glad you agree. I like this one. That's a good one. Lana! Hello! Wait, I don't hear any paint mixing sound. Oh, I stopped doing them. I'll do more. I'll do more. That one? The last one? Why is this so behind on anything? Give me... Okay. Sorry. Now a little water. It seems a bit pinker on my screen. That's a really beautiful mix. It has a little bit of like really subtle shifts in it, I feel. Okay. We're gonna do one more. It is numbers time, between 1 and 23 inclusively. Okay, so I will give you the, Ceci, I will give you the Holbein names. And later I can check it out and give you like more detailed info of the pigments. But it's Ultramarine Deep, Quinacridone Red, and Van Dyke Brown. It is drying out really beautifully too. Okay, reporting back. Transparent red iron oxide is the one from M. Graham that smells strongly of blood. Which makes sense because iron. Fair. I've had some iron oxide pigments that smelled like that too when I would try to mold them. Thank you, I will look those up now. Of note though, the Van Dyke Brown is the old formulation, so it's NBR 8, just for reference. Or perhaps NBR 9, but I think it's NBR 8. Natural brown something. Now it's a combo of two pigments. It's possible that they match the hue pretty well. I just, I don't think I have any recent Van Dyke Brown, so I can't really compare. Friends, I need numbers. I will look those up now. Cool. if you have any questions or inquiry, or if you want me to check out the info on my tubes, because I have old Holbein, I have newer Holbein. Like it's one of those ranges that I've been collecting for a really long time, so I have a bit of a hodgepodge of newer and older versions. Oh, you hate ultramarine blue, really? I wasn't a fan at first, but it was because I was trying to use one that just didn't work for me. It was just too hard to re-wet, too not tinting enough. Like I want strong colors. I want the mass tones to be obnoxious so that I know I can dilute it down to exactly the color I want. 6, 7. You gotta pick one, 6 or 7. 4 plus. Okay, I can also give you the numbers we haven't tried. Or yeah, I don't know. 13. Yeah, I only like it for what it could do with brown, same with yellow ochre. I had to learn to appreciate it as a mixer. It's like a reverse what everybody else has to do with the super vibrant colors. Oh, you hear no more audio. It should still be working though. Welcome back, Louis. Okay, I'm gonna pick colors for this one. Because you gave me numbers, but they're pretty similar to either they're a bit too similar to one another, or they're colors that we've already mixed. I just need to know between 10, 11, or 12. Yeah, some. Hold on, let me post it. Let me do 1, 2, 3, 9. Okay, we did 11. No, that was not 11, that's 4. So we did 4. We did do 11, we did do 17. We did 13, 9, 5, 15, ouch, 8, 15, 17 again, 10, 3, 22, 3, And now we did the 21, 9, and 6. So 1, 2, 10, 12, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, and 23 are the ones that have not been used at all. This is for the random triads, Lewis. Like the numbers refer to colors on the sweatsheet, and with 3 numbers, that's what I use to do the triads. Oh, the plummy color is beautiful. 2, 12, 23. Okay. 2, 10, 16. Dang, too many, too many options. Ah. Good point, but also I thought the point was to shout out numbers chaotically and joyfully. Yeah, of course. But that kind of works better in the beginning when all the numbers are kind of new-ish, available, unused. I don't know how to say it. But sometimes it reaches a point where someone will be like, oh, number, and it's like brown, and black. And you're like, oh. I mean, I can mix it, but I don't think we're all going to be very entertained by that. Okay, so a lot of people have called out 2. I'm going to pick 2. There were 2 mentioned. No, wait. Lewis posted twice. 10, 12, 16, 18, and 12. Okay, 23. And oh, let's go for 18. Let's try that. Yeah, Lewis is JL Boltron. There are 2 wolves inside you and they want different things. It's chaos. Just 2? Just 2 wolves? Alright, so... To be fair, while watching out the paint race, I think we're quite easily entertained. Okay, fair. Oh. Okay, so that's 2. That's Holbein sap green. Right. Hold on, I will use my my veto as the one doing the mixes. Switch out for 10 instead. You just have a very special interest. There's like 2 wolf, 1 tiger and 3 coyotes, and an onion for some reason. Ten is Rose Madder, which is one of a really beautiful color from Holbein. It is PR83, so it is not the most light fast, but it is transparent and beautiful. I really wanted to see this one because of the how transparent the 2 parent colors are. I'm gonna run out of space. I'm gonna have to do like a very chaotic mix around the swatch. Or just brown, green. Yeah. It's gonna become more and more brown, but very interesting. You have some sorry, some degrees of skin colors in within those. Maybe less so if you go towards the green, but if you come back towards the red. Wow, that's almost caramel butterscotch colored. This one could be close to it. Do you think pollen getting into the mixing palette is a terrible thing or just an oh well thing? How much pollen is a good question. And Len goes, oh, fair. Fair. I mean, pollen, honey, pollen, honey. What kind of pollen? Is it the big floofy one? Okay, so I'll start. It's not gonna be a round-ish triad. It's gonna be a super chaos edition triad, but I'm gonna start another rose mother there. The normal amount. It's that season, so the inside of my car and houses are yellow. Oh, good grief. Okay, and 23 is this color. It's ivory black. We will be able to see if mixing it with this ivory black really flattens out the color, or if it's still a bit lively. I'm not seeing some chat, but the yellow pollen, I only just learned like 2 weeks ago that the white things are pollen. I don't have it around my house, but it surrounds my work like a blizzard. Oh, shoot. Like I'm a snow globe on wheels. I mean, it could be worse. It could be the swarms of spiders. That got censored. I think that's hilarious. I think that's really funny. YouTube censors Sassy's plums. Yeah. It needs a hobby. I think YouTube needs a hobby. Because we've written stuff that could be perceived a whole lot more improperly than that. And it didn't say a thing, and then like she could have been talking about real plums, like me. Oh god, I'll take white floaties over spiders, seriously, every single day of the freaking year. Yeah, but I think it should be a big polluter to paint. It really depends. Like, if it affects the paint, then it's an issue. But if the paint still behaves fine, then it's good. It's a bit like, you know, going to paint at the beach and you have sand that ends up in your palette. Like, what amount of sand is problematic? Well, it entirely depends on the amount of sand. God forbid we talk about peaches. Millions of peaches. Peaches for free. Peaches come from a can. They would put there by a man in a factory downtown. Like the plum soup I got at the deli yesterday? How could I tell you about that without mentioning plums? What is even happening? Did you really get plum soup? Seriously? I forgot his friend. A cherry soup? What? What are we doing? What What's happening? What's happening? I'm really weird about cherries. Like I get some every year when they're like in season, but to me they kind of don't taste of anything. And so far, all I've eaten is chocolate today. Oh, that's fair. Cherry soup is a Polish summer. Oh. So it's not hot. If it's so good, it's not like a savory salty. Oh, okay. I don't know why, but like I heard like cherry and soup, and I didn't think of a like a dessert. I I thought more of a a soup of the presidents of the United States. It's one of their best songs. And I like inevitably when I go to the grocery store and I pass the aisle with the canned peaches, it gets in my head. Oh, I need to do the sounds. Very fitting for this color. Sorry. The one I've had was warm. Like spiced. Oh, and it's brown. Those are the paint mixing noises. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Sorry. I think my brain is soup. Sorry. Okay. All good. Oh, sorry. What are the red and black here again? The red is rose madder from Holbein. And ivory black, exactly what Pumpkin said. When Eve loses her shit. It's always random stuff. Why was that censored? Oh, there's nothing wrong here. Not that I can tell, though, with my ESL brain. Basically, a visual explanation. Basically. Oh man, why is, oops, sorry. Oops, cable's in the way and I hit the camera one. But why is laughing so bad for like body temperature? I'm too warm now. Hey, Melissa! Just just in time for the end of it. Oh yeah, if you are having a fun time, please like the stream. let's do a quick go through all the mixes. Okay, so last week we did these. Oh, I put water all over this paper. Okay, so last week we did these two random triads. Hey, Hippopotamus Bosch, hello! Yes, that's the Holbein palette with the removable pans. It is really cool. I really like it. It is all plastic, guys. It will never rust. RIP my tooth that just chipped. What? No! The perimenopause. Yeah, that too. Lovely. Okay, so yeah, so last week, and just not close it until they all dry. Oh, that sounds like a life lesson learned the hard way. So first one we did today is this one, which is super interesting. It had Mars Violet, Mars Yellow, Cobalt Violet, and Aurelian Hue from Holbein. They don't call it hue, but it is a hue. It is not genuine. And the most interesting feature was indeed all the texture from the Cobalt Violet in the mixes. Yep. Oh, that's painful. Ev is still trying to hold the laughs. Yeah, I'm fried. The second one we did, the weird permanent green. It's like unbelievably bright, but did great mixes with indigo and the sepia. And a very interesting neutral. Then was this one. Ultramarine blue, quinacridone red, and the old Van Dyke brown from Holbein. And it's a really interesting mix, but I really think that the best feature of this triad is this mix here. Hold on, let me switch it out to focus. Okay, I'll try to manually zoom in, okay? There we go. Can you see the way it separated slightly here? Just how beautiful it is. If only my brain could remember these mixes when it comes the time to use the palettes. And the last one we did is this one here with sap green, rose madder, and ivory black. I'm nodding like y'all can see me. I do that too a lot. I do it too when I'm recording videos too, and I'm like, yeah, good job, me. Okay. And the palette is this one. It is the pretty neat Holbein palette. Fortunately, it's quite expensive, but it's designed in a way that you can remove the pans. And you can buy either these or doubles. And it's like the best sort of middle ground between a palette with wells and a palette with pans. And it is all plastic. So it's wonderful. Its only issue is the price point. It is quite expensive. But that's it. Yes, that's the problem, finding the color and then not being able to remember how you made it. I think I'm gonna have to write down notes on those mixing sheets while I remember stuff. Because, yeah, like you say, it's always like you mix a color and then you're like, eh. It's designed in a way that's wrong. Yeah, unless you live in Japan, it is very expensive. I mean, it's well designed and well made, but there's really nothing that justifies that it should be the same price as a like a metal palette, like the fancy ones. But yeah, I really like that you can super easily switch out colors if you have some extra pans. The pans themselves are not too expensive. And if there's a color that you realize you use a lot of and one you don't use at all, you can switch the two wells for a big well. So yeah, it's very, very nice. I really like it. Plastic feels great too. Plastic. It's okay, I think I can sort of just do this quickly. It's red on the outside. And I think there's two, you can have either 24 or 30 perhaps. This is the 24, so it's 12 smaller pans, 12 smaller pans. And I think you can have one that has 30, so 15 and 15. I have a very detailed system for my color mixing. It's modular and indexed. What? Wow. How do you even set that up? I wonder if someone could 3D print something similar for cheaper. It's possible. Of course, but it would be different too. In the sense that like the plastic here is super smooth. It doesn't have that 3D printed texture. I really don't like that they put pans on both sides. It really annoys me. It really depends on the paint you put in it, truly. With Holbein paints, I'm really not worried. If it's dry when I close it, it's good. But yeah. I might be in a minority that doesn't like 3D printed stuff. For me, it really depends on what it's for. Because there's one characteristic of one thing about 3D printed stuff that kind of bothers me. It's the texture of it, the lines. Sometimes I'm fine with it, but for other applications, it just wouldn't be satisfying. Like I keep mentioning, like if a palette has nice plastic to the touch, I think there's really something about that to me that is important, and you don't ever get that with 3D printed plastic. It's serviceable and it's sturdy, but it's not pleasant to the touch. All right, I need to go back to editing anyway, and my brain is jelly. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out today and helping me figure out more of these random triads. I'll try to write down notes, and also I'll try to get good photos of the mixes, the triads, so that I can share them on the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description if you're curious and want to join. It's free, it's fun, and I will be streaming for members Thursday, and then next Saturday is going to be the next free-for-all live stream. Not sure what we'll do yet, but we'll figure it out. So have a good weekend, everyone. Good luck with the weather. Steve! Steve! Hi! I'm about to end it, but it's nice to say hi. So have an iced tea. Oh, man, I'm gonna need some iced tea drink. I'm definitely gonna need one. I'm too hot. All right. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, thank you guys. If you enjoyed the stream, remember to like it. And I need to reboot my brain. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And until then, take care, big cake, cold cake, ice cream cake, and see you all in the next one. Bye bye.